What is up, guys? Drip back with another video. It has been forever because I've been focusing on school. School is finally out. I just graduated high school. I'm going to college in a few months, so that's exciting. That's what's new for me. But today I'm going to be doing a story time because I figured that's like the best way to get back into this. So I have a pretty fucking crazy story for you guys today. And thanks to like Snap Maps, I don't know, or not Snap Maps, what is it called? Snapchat memories. I'm sure all you guys have it on Snapchat. Basically, like lately, I think it's part of the new update. It like tells you, it gives you like a story of like the pictures that you took from like a year ago on the exact day. So like, I only remembered this story this morning because a year ago from today that I'm filming right now is when this story happened, and it's like absolutely like crazy. Like, it is one of my craziest stories and I'm gonna remember it forever. But let's just jump right into it. So like I said, this was a year ago today. So it was me, Mac, Shane, and my other friend Toriana. So it's like us five and we're looking for a party to go to, and I run this page called OC parties. So it's like, there's multiple, I just run one of them. So you send addresses to this like account, and this account, one of them I run, you post it, and like everyone knows like plots for the night, like, oh, go to this Addy, they're having a party, like it's an address, whatever. So I get my hands on this address and there's nothing going for that night. I figured it might be sketch because, you know, due to just like experience with these types of things, usually if the night is dry and you get like one Addy like really late, it's kind of sketch, and it's usually like nothing. It's kind of like a fake address. So I get this and we're all sketch, we have nothing else to do, so we end up going to this address and we're waiting outside, and I posted it on my account. I didn't even see like if it was like good to go yet. I just posted it just because like a bunch of people were asking me on my account, and I was just like, whatever, here you go. I don't know if it's like real or not. So I post it. Me and my 5 friends go, we get there and we see other people pulling up, but like we knocked on the door and like nobody was home. We were looking through the window, there was just a dog in there, and it was like really just kind of like off and like weird, and we were about to leave, and then this is the weird part. I get a call right when we're walking back to the car. We were just like thinking maybe we'd wait a little longer and then leave. So we go back to the car, I get a phone call from a kid named Daniel. So Daniel tells me this is his house and that he's on his way home and we could start the party without him. So he knows apparently that I run OC parties, so I was like, okay, that's fine. He's like, you're in charge of my house, like make sure nobody goes inside, start it outside. And you know, I was telling Mac about this and he was like really sussed out, and so was I, but I was like, well, this is like a really nice house, so like fuck it, let's just do it. So we sneak in through the back, well not sneak in, we just open the side gate, we go through the backyard, we tell everybody in the front like of the house like everyone can come back in. And keep in mind, this is like a gated like community. Like we had to like wait for cars in front of us who lived inside of this community to go inside. So like it was already weird getting in. So that's just something to keep in mind. So we get in, I'm telling people to come in through the side gate. We start getting it going. Somebody brought a speaker, so we're playing music. And then me and Mac were like, yo, all their lights are on. Like we could just straight up go inside. And then like I was like, I don't know, the guy said don't go inside, you know, I'm not sure. So we call back this number, Daniel, and he says it's fine if just me and Mac go inside. So me and Mac go inside and we're like looking for like cups and stuff for people outside, and like a lot of people like outside want to go inside, and we're like, yo, sorry. And then people are like getting sussed out because they know it's not our house. The typical like tough guys are like, it's not your house, who cares, like we're gonna go in. And we had a couple arguments, but like it was just annoying. So, and I'm not even to the crazy part of the story, I'm just like letting you guys know what's going on. So me and Mac are inside, there's like a big thing of vodka, everybody wants it, and we're like, yo, it's not our alcohol, like we're not gonna give any of it to you guys because like we don't even know who lives here really. So yeah, people wanted the alcohol, and we ended up just to manage. We let a couple people in, people who wanted to use the restroom, and like, you know, time was like passing. It had probably been like an hour, like the party's starting to grow, there's like people outside. It's probably like, I say 11 at this point. There's a bunch of people outside, it's getting really crowded. Me and Mac are inside. We have like a couple people inside and people we know who are chill. At this point, we're kind of getting like suspicious. We're like, okay, this guy called. He said like he was coming back from the store, whatever he said, and like it had been like an hour. So we're like, okay, this is kind of weird. So we call back the number and they didn't answer. So then, you know, I'm really confused. So we kind of like heard, I don't really remember this part, but we heard that it wasn't his house. We're looking around the house trying to figure out like if there's anybody named Daniel, and like till this day I don't know this part like of the story. Like we found out from like this kid who said like, hey, like there's not a kid who like lives here. So we're looking at like family pictures in the house trying to figure all this out. And then, you know, we're just at this point we're just kind of like, fuck it, like we're already here. So you know, I'm already suspicious and Mac is, so we just say fuck it at this point. So we let everybody in, you know, people who want to come inside, they could be inside or outside. So we just open the doors, anybody can come in at this point. You know, probably like a dick for us to do that, like it's not our house, but we just did it. So we let everybody in and it was like going pretty good for probably like 30 minutes. Like it was raging, there was a shit ton of people like this, and it was a big ass house, nice backyard, it was huge, probably like not a mansion, but like pretty close to being one. So 30 minutes after we decided to like let everybody in, some kid comes running in the kitchen where I'm at, and he says, hey, these like people just pulled up in the driveway. So I'm like, oh, maybe it's finally Daniel. So I tell Mac, I'm like, hey, I think Daniel's here. I'm gonna go like see what's up to him, meet him, and tell him like what's going on. Like we let people in. So I go outside, I'm walking through the side gate, and I see people like running into the backyard, and like some people were like running out of the backyard. Like I didn't really think anything of it, but I was like, that's weird. And for a second I thought, I was like, are cops here? Like maybe he's about to get rolled and I just haven't heard of it yet. So I go and I'm coming out of the side gate and the driveway's right there, and I see these two parents, adults, whatever you want to call them, in the front seat, and the woman rolls down her window and she's like, she looks at me because I go up to the car thinking it's Daniel, and the windows are tinted, and I wait for them to roll down their windows, and it's like this mother, and like the dad's driving, and he looks confused because he's seeing people coming out of his side gate. There's people like kind of chilling in the front yard, so he looks confused, and the mom is just like, hey, what's going on here? And I'm like, oh, are you Daniel's parents? And then she's like, no, Daniel? Who's Daniel? What are all you guys doing here at my house? What's going on? And she's like, she tells her husband, let's call him Mike. Mike, call the cops. She tells her husband to call the cops. And then I hear two kids in the back. There's like two 7-year-olds in the back. Like I'm just ballparking their age. Little kids in the back, and they're going like, mommy, what's going on? Like who are all these people? So I'm like, holy shit, somebody just gave us this address and we just threw a party here, and now like these like people are coming back to their house. Like we broke into somebody's house at this point and threw a party. So now I'm like, oh shit, well, I didn't say it was me. I was like not gonna put myself in that position because I knew the fucking dad was calling the cops. So I'm like, well, in my head I'm like, I gotta get the fuck out of here. So I tell the mom, I'm like, oh well, somebody got the address to his house, and like people threw a party here, like, and I was like, I just did some quick thinking. I was like, I'll go tell everybody to leave. So I fucking run to the side gate. I'm going in the backyard. I say, everybody get the fuck out. Like the people, like this is nobody's house that we know. Like that we broke into this house essentially and threw this party. So I'm telling everyone to get the fuck out. People are like trashing the inside of the house. And I didn't find this out till after, but I'm just gonna put it in right now. Someone put the family dog upstairs in a closet. There were 3 couples who were doing something up in a room. I won't even get into that, but like you could already guess. And these like black kids showed up, and like nothing against black kids, I'm just saying they were like black. They were like super lit. They were like turning up the party, and I was talking to them a little bit. There's a Maserati in the garage with the keys hanging. I didn't find this out till after. They apparently took it for a little test drive out in the neighborhood. So Maserati's gone, dog is missing, house is trashed, we don't know who lives there, everybody's dipping. I delete it from my OC parties, and I disable my OC parties account because at this point I'm like sketch. I'm like, holy shit, they're calling the cops. I don't want this being traced back to me, that like I'm kind of like involved here and kind of like at fault, which really I'm not, because you know somebody told me that this is their house, but it is partially my fault. I should have waited. So I get my close friends first, because like I could give a fuck about everybody else if they go down, to be honest, like if I'm just being real. So I tell my close friends like, hey, we got fucking dip. So we run back out, and I'm not driving at this point. This is like before I had my car. So we go back out and we dip, and we're driving out of the gated community, right? So we see the gate, and we see like 4 squad cars, like just police officers pulling through the gate, and I was like, holy shit, we were like that fucking close to like being busted. So that was like the craziest thing, and there's just so much more to it. Like I won't get into details, but that's like the main gist of the story, and it was like actually fucking crazy. So that's like, that was just a fucking crazy night. And afterwards, like, we find out like some people got busted. They were like questioning people, and somebody did say an OC Parties account to one of the officers, and I found this out after. So now till this day, on this account that I still run, I'm just more careful with it now, it's on private. People, there's like narcs that like try to follow my page because they want to, like, it's just easy, like, oh, there's a page that posts parties, people are gonna complain about them anyway, so the cops are like, this could be like a tool, we could just shut down a party before it even happens. So now like police officers like in this area kind of know about my account, and it's just kind of like there's just a chain of events that happen due to this, and that's like one of the big ones, and it was just it was fucking crazy. So that's my story for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm gonna make another video tomorrow, either a prank or something else. I will have a prank this week, just I don't know if it's gonna be tomorrow. I will be making multiple videos this week, so stay tuned, subscribe if you haven't already, like the video if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time.